Hey GH peeps, welcome back to my channel where we talk all things General Hospital. Today's late night review is for Taco Tuesday. Hey, Taco Tuesday, and yes, so Mary had her tacos. It is June the 11th, 2024. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. I really do. I hope you guys had an even better Monday and an even greater Tuesday. Guys, tomorrow is hump day. We are already knocking at the middle of the work week. Okay? Peeps, thank you for being so understanding, for not posting yesterday, trying to get my mom moved around and stuff like that. And it took 2 days, but she's comfortable, we're happy, she's happy, and that's all that matters. But guys, family comes first. Gotta take care of the mom dukes. But anyway, how was GHing for you? Any highs? Like Sam doing the bait and switch, old school Sam? That was nice. I was really shocked that Jagger fell for it though. I mean, like, he gotta remember her from when she was, at Dante's side. But anyway, I digress. And low, Chase and Finn and Chase, the whole entire situation just had me all in my feelings. Guys, I got teary-eyed. They brought the tears. I'm like, Emmy. Michael Easton is bringing it. And Chase brought it today, too. I'm just saying, he brought it. These guys, they did the damn thing. And I was, yeah. It was touching on all fields. But anyway, I'm going to talk about more of that when we talk about today's show. Please leave your highlights in the comments section. Guys, you know I love and appreciate y'all comments. I love the inner feed going back and forth, man. That's just, makes the show, makes everything just pop, pop, pop. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Gets my video out there in the soapy algorithm of things. But anyway, peeps, let's get into it because GH was giving the blues, honey. It was giving something. I definitely say the blues. Even seeing Brennan's face on the... let's talk about it. So, this show starts off at GH Hospital, and Brennan calls Anna in to see... Anna in to see him, and Anna's like, confession time? He's like, no. I just want to give you a heads up. And that's when Agent Dickhead walks in. Oh, I'm sorry, John. And Anna ain't got no time for John's lectures, and neither do we. We don't have time for it. Oh, guys, come on. John just be doing the most. I mean, like, what is he doing? He just going around throwing accusations at people, but just blindly throwing accusations at people. But he wants to know what they are discussing. What's going on between you two? Because he still don't trust Anna. And Anna wants to know, what is the problem, mate? I love that when she... Okay, I ain't gonna front. Anna and Jack kind of going back and forth, teasing John was awesome, okay? Hilarious when he says that Brennan's guard has to contact him whenever he has a visitor, but he didn't get a contact when Brennan took the evening night stroll down the stairway to see a certain visitor then. And then I see there's a new guard, so I guess that's why that guard got switched out. I don't know. We'll see. And Brennan's like, so you sleeping at the hospital now? Because that was mighty fast. John just wants to know why Anna is there. And she's like, you know what? I really don't know. You can ask Brennan. Brennan, why am I here? What's going on? And he's like, oh, I just wanted to say goodbye. And then makes a little vibe joke about nobody really wanting to see John. And I'm like, he ain't lying. He ain't lying. Just saying, guys. When John leaves after, talking about him and Anna and Brennan talking. Brennan tells Anna that John thinks that she's the secret head of Pikemen. Duh. And I was like, oh, a deflection from you and Valentine. I don't think Anna's falling for that anymore, Brennan. Anna just smiles. BS. She can smell it. We can smell it. Everybody can smell it. And then that's when Brennan's replaying him and John's encounter, and John's thinking that Anna's the head of Pikemen. And Anna's asking to delay the transport because, you know, so they can finish talking. And that's when Brennan tells her about John's suspicions, you know, about Anna supposedly being the head of pikemen. And she tells him John hasn't trusted her since he got there. And she ain't worried. I was like, I ain't worried about him. He can play that game in his own mind. Brennan tells her that John may compromise himself. He's already done that. And she's like, yeah, I know people like that. They can be very dangerous. She knows who she's talking about. Talking about Sir Valentine. She calls Brennan a cynic and asks him if he's ever believed in anything. And he's like, what? He's looking all confused. That was not the response he was expecting. He was hoping that Anna was naive as Valentine, but she's not. She asks if she's ever known the true Jack Brennan. Talks about his golden boy rise to the director, and then his surprising fall. Like, how does Pikeman even fit into all this? Like, you a sellout? I mean, what's happening? Compromise, never had morals. Jack Brennan basically tells Anna that he's the head of Pikeman. That's how I got it, guys. He says something like he believes in that goody shit, but a man's got to pay his bills. Makes fun of John busting his butt for justice while he's trying to take Anna down. And Anna's like, yeah, I'm aware. And I'm like, yep. So, but Jack basically told on himself. He basically said, yeah, I'm the head of Pikeman. I don't know what y'all guys think. All that is what I got is that, yeah, I'm the head of Pikeman. But you gonna go down for it. Because John's too busy trying to go after you. Y'all let me know. But it basically feels like Brennan told on himself. When she asked Brennan the final question if he would have killed her, unalived her if she hadn't arrested him first, and he swallows. I was like, yep, that's telling. That's telling right there. It tells her that he's not good in hypotheticals. She basically was like, yeah. And her face was like, when she walked out, she knew that if she hadn't caught him, he would have took her out. So, guys, I feel like in that little scene, Brennan basically told her what he was up to, what he was doing, and that Anna was going to go down for it. And then he basically went up and unalived her too. Y'all let me know. But that's what I got out of that one. So we're at the Metro Court, in the Metro Court hotel that Spinelli then broke, and he's working on his energy drink magic for the FBI firewalls. And guys, this man is running up with nothing. Turns out they need actual FBI credentialing to access the information. And I was like, that's a shock. That shouldn't be a shock. I mean, come on. It's the FBI. They should make it. I would hope that they would have a little bit more, anybody can't just break in. But Sam has a plan. I mean, she has breakfast. But yeah. So now they're watching John's whereabouts on the camera, and he's headed to the pool with his fanny pack. And of course, those are his credentials. And I'm just tripping like, we missed John on the fanny pack. That would have been hilarious to see. Okay? P.S. I also have a fanny pack. You can keep everything in those things, guys. So Spin tells her about John's threatening to throw Maxie in jail for the video of Jason. And I'm like, so you don't think he ain't gonna come after you, Spinelli? And I'm just looking like, and then, I'll wait. Oh, girl. Oh, Sam was looking flawless today in them glasses and the pool and the little thing cover up. I'm like, okay, Sam, you doing that, girl. You doing that. She was doing it. She looked good. I gotta give it to my girl. She looked good. I love the shades. So she fake trips and he catches her. And I'm like, oh, look at Sam and her bait switch. We ain't seen that in so long, guys. When she distracts the guy with her beauty and the other guy comes and does something. Yeah, that's old school Sam. She's like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. My ankle. And then he picks her up. I was like, John was flexing, y'all. He was like, let me just pick you up. I mean, Sam only probably weighs 100 pounds, but still. He was showing all chest and chisel. I was like, ooh, it's chesty day. First it was Drew Drew and Nina. I ain't gonna talk about it. Them two can't keep their hands off of each other. But anyway, another day in the door. So while he's icing down her ankle with his strong, muscular arms, Spinelli is opening up his fanny pack to grab the credentials. The game is on. Sam just over there batting her eyes, her little ankle. And I'm thinking to myself, surely John remembers this is the woman that was sitting by Dante's side. I mean, he went to the hospital. So Spinelli gets the his ID and she scans the card. And Sam and John introduce themselves, and she tells him about her lying ex and about him lying about his death. And I'm looking at him like he knows she talking about Jason. Ain't nobody else came back in the town that's doing that. And he tells her about his ex and if she was alive, how things would be. Boy, you wild for that. You know y'all would still be divorced with your cheating ass. What are you talking about? If she was still alive, I'd have a chance to make it up for her for cheating on her. Because that's what you did. That's what you did. And Karen left you and divorced you. He goes to grab his phone and she distracts him with the conversation of the ex thing again. Then rapidly, and I'm like, come on, Sam, you used to be better than this, changes the tone when Spinelli comes back with the man's ID to put it back in the man's fanny pack. She then asks him to put on her shoe. Okay, guys, now Spinelli already didn't put the ID in, so I didn't really get what that part was all about. But she was like, yeah, put on my shoe, you know. I feel like Cinderella. And I'm like, okay, what is this? I had a hard time writing this part, guys. I was like, what is this? And what kind of energy is this? I mean, what was this? Am I kind of blushing? I mean, like, what was that? I mean, did y'all feel something? Because I was feeling something, but I wasn't for sure if I was feeling something, you know, because, you know, I'm tired. I might be tired, you know what I'm saying? But, and I'm not saying that I can't see. It would be hilarious for her to leave Dante for John. I'm not saying that, but I don't know, guys. That Kimmy was kind of Kimmy. I don't know. I'm wrong. I feel dirty saying it, but it was kind of Kimmy. Okay, y'all let me know what y'all think. But it was kind of Kimmy for me. So it did work, but Spinelli's like, there's a month worth of stuff that we need to get through. And I believe it. I'm like, what have they been collecting? Oh, guys. We're going to go head on over to Finn's place. And I'm just going to say this. I was glad that Brooklyn left. I felt like she really didn't need to be there. You know what I'm saying? So why was she there? I know she was there to support her man. But this is something that really should have just strictly been just him and Chase. But I digress. Let me just get into it. So Brooklyn and Chase come over to Finn's to discuss the summer plan. And while they're at the door, Liz calls, but Chase puts her on, you know, boop boop, and tells her that he'll call her back. And Finn has left the door unlocked. He had a hell of a night, right? Finn walks in like, when they come in the house, nice surprise. Finn tells Chase that him and Liz did break up and it was all his fault. Brooklyn tells Finn about the summer camp idea plus Violet. And Finn like, yeah, nope. I know what y'all trying to do. No, you ain't taking my daughter. He knew. They try to get him to understand, but Finn like, so y'all ain't hearing no. Y'all ain't hearing no. I said no. You ain't taking my daughter. That's when Chase says, I want to talk to my brother-in-law, which is what needed to be done anyway. And guys, I'm just going to say once again, these two actors brought it, honey. They brought it. Okay? I was so Chase came in there, all that crap he had. I ain't going to front. I was not a fan of pre-Chase before this conversation. Because he sounded like if he would have acted the way he was acting when he was talking to Brooklyn, then what Finn was saying to him would have been point on, even though Finn was wrong. But Chase didn't do that. He came in as a baby brother, did not want to lose his brother, and it was beautiful. They just I hate, they're all talking about Michael Easton's going to be leaving GH. I like him and Chase though. I liked that. That's what made Gregory like likable, was chasing him, their relationship, the brothers and the dad. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see Michael Easton leave either. I like him. He's a good actor, even though he does that weird lip thing. You know, that weird lip thing is really weird. But anyway, let me get back to the story. And he said he going anywhere. Finn says he can. And he Chase tells him I ain't going nowhere when Finn tells him he can leave too. So I don't blame Chase. I would have been like, nah. Chase bust him out about his drinking. He's like, ooh, you solved a mystery. I had to laugh at that one because it was like, oh yes, Chase finally solved the crime. Chase is like, you got problems, man. Narrator. It is a fact that Finn does have problems, okay? No, he has problems. We can't ignore this. The man is reaching. That stuff he was saying to Liz the other day, I was kind of torn because part of me who don't like Liz was like, yeah, she was judging. You know, she really wasn't trying to be there. But you really weren't making it a safe place for her to be. Yes, Alexis would understand because Alexis is an addict. Elizabeth unfortunately has had to date them and does not want to bring that crap into her children's life. But when he did that and then today, and I wrote, even if I don't care for Chase's pre-approach to his brother regarding this, you should never abuse liquor or any substance to cover pain, because it doesn't, guys. It doesn't. Take it from a child that was raised in Al-Anon, okay? I was reared in a house that had these issues. It just causes more pain. And for the people, for my household, it was, you couldn't do it. If you're gonna let one thing go, you gotta let everything go, because it just. Now some people might say, nah, that don't work for everybody. I feel like if you already have an unhealthy way of how to deal with stuff, then you shouldn't pick up anything else. And that's the thing. You shouldn't drink to cover your pain. You shouldn't be doing anything to cover your pain, because the pain is still going to be there. My opinion on it. But Finn, like, you can wave that bottle all around you want. What I do in my home is my business. This is true, Finn. This is true. But you do have a minor that lives there with you, your daughter. And I wrote, damn, Finn going all the way out. I am not an alcoholic. Narrator, it is a fact that you most definitely are dancing with the devil. My opinion. Sometimes addicts hate adding another addiction to their already addictive behavior, because it just makes them feel like they're even more broken. Like, okay, so I'm addicted to this, now I'm addicted to that too. Like, what kind of crap is this? I can't live my life without an addiction. Sometimes that's the ugliness of addiction, guys. And another part of an addiction is deniability. And Finn is in big deniability. Chase, of course, busts him out. Bro, you're a drug addict. And this shit leads to the same results, and you need help. Can't argue with him on that one. Finn, though, comes back. Just because you got married don't make you the man to tell me what I got to do. I was like, what? Hold on, what? That ain't what his marriage, that ain't got nothing to do with the price of paint and you drinking a whole entire thing of tequila. Chase busts him out about his deflection. Right. Finn calls him Mr. Perfect and his little perfect life. Oh my goodness. And Chase is like, keep fooling yourself. Your life is a mess, man. And that's when Finn starts screaming at him and tells him, you don't know what's going on inside of me. The pressure. And I was like, you mean the guilt. That's what's going on inside of you. Guilt. Okay? Chase says, well, tell me. I don't want to talk to you. Because it's easier for him to be alone. It's easier for him to push everybody out, because then that just gives him more ease to drink. Hence the addiction. And Chase is like, you do not have to do this alone. You don't get it, golden boy. You wouldn't anyway. And I was like, oh, so this is the kind of the things that you was feeling all along when you was watching Dad pat Chase on the head and say good son, and this is how you was feeling when the dad asked Chase to be the executor of his estate. I'm thinking Dad knew that Finn might have issues and struggle with this, and this is why he put Chase in charge of things. Chase is like, bro, where is this all coming from? And I'm like, his guilt. Chase, it's not you, baby. It's not you. Of course he's going to be mad at you because you're calling him on his BS. Chase tells his bro, I just lost my dad, man. I cannot lose my brother too. When he said that, yes, guys, my eyes is weird. My eyes is reddening up. My eyes is reddening up. Whew, when he said that, I was like, oh my goodness. Ooh, y'all boys are gonna make a girl cry. Y'all bringing me back. Y'all triggering trauma. Oh my gosh. Emmy nod, okay? And that's when Finn flies back with, I will not be a problem anymore. Finn tells Chase he's on some kind of pedestal while he's down here with the rest of humanity. And I'm like, nah, bro. Don't put us in this. Don't put us in this. No, bro. Don't put us in this. We ain't in this position. And Chase tells him the humanity ain't got nothing to do with you trashing your life and running to the bottom. I was like, go on, Chase. Yes. Truth. That's yes. You judging me. Nah, I'm not. I'm good. You're a grown man. But Violet, she shouldn't have to watch her daddy tear his life apart. Violet's the only good thing the only good thing in my life, and you ain't stealing my daughter from me. So you need to get out and you need to go. And Chase leaves, and Finn's sitting there looking all crazy and starts to cry again. But this is the nature of the beast. It's to push everybody you love away so you can feel more broken, which causes you to drink more. I really do feel like it's gonna be Violet's gonna be the eye breaker for him. I really do feel that that's gonna be the icebreaker for him. I would hope that Finn don't, because Violet's a grown little woman. She's a little girl, but she's a grown little woman. I just don't want nothing to happen to her, and I don't want nothing to happen to him that would, her get hurt something by that, because then he would never forgive himself and he might do something stupid. But these are the kind of key things I've been peeping game on from a while, not before Gregory got sick. Finn has been talking about Doctors Without Borders a lot lately, about how much he misses it, how that life was for him. I'm thinking the only real reason why he is in the States and not doing that is because of Violet. And I have this feeling, and y'all let me know what y'all think, that Hayden's going to come back because something's going to happen, that Hayden's going to have to come back and get her daughter. And when that happens, Finn is going to get clean, or something's going to happen that drives him to going to rehab, and so all suddenly Hayden's going to hear that Nicholas is in jail and Thread is gone and she's okay, and she's going to come back and get Violet. And I have a feeling that Finn's going to go to Doctors Without Borders because they've been talking about it prior to this, and he's going to get help and go to Doctors Without Borders, and because that's what that's I don't want him. People are like, oh, he's going to get in an accident, da da da. I would hate that. Okay, I would hate that. I know they could bring Michael back because they have recycled his character several times, but I would hate that. I would hate that. I'm hoping that he just ends up getting help. Hayden gets Violet. He ends up getting help, and he goes back to Doctors Without Borders. And we'll see. I don't want nothing happening to Violet. I'm tired of things happening to the kids right now. After Charlotte, even though she was terror, I don't want to see that. And I definitely don't want to see Finn hurting his daughter, because then I'll be really pissed off at GH, because he was a good dad before you got your dirty hands on him. That's all I'm going to say about that. We're going to run over to Liz's place, and Aiden wants to know what is going on. And she tells Aiden about her and Finn breaking up, And Aiden's like, y'all break up, get back together. I mean, what's the, oh, y'all, well, hopefully y'all get back together. And Jake's like, not happening, not happening. I was like, oh, cute protection over his mama. Liz really don't want to tell Aiden what's going on, and he's like, "This is just all crazy." And that means if we're not going to see anybody, what about Violet? You know, and Jake agrees. Yeah, what about Violet, Mom? And I'm like, well, yeah, Violet is family. And the sad thing about it is that out of everybody, if anything happened and Hayden never came back, Elizabeth would be the next person because Hayden was her sister. So I would imagine Hayden was her sister. Yeah. I would imagine that she would end up with Elizabeth if Hayden didn't come back. I'm hoping Hayden comes back to get her daughter. Makes sense. The girl don't need to lose her grandpa and her daddy. Now she and her mama is alive. Hayden is alive. Ain't nothing wrong with Hayden. She can come back and get Violet. Dang it. After more back and forth, Elizabeth finally tells Aiden what's going on, and Jake adds on about the blondie. And he tells his mom that Aiden needs to know what kind of guy Finn really is. Aiden then low-key busts his big bro about, but like, oh, are you sure it was him? Because, like, when was a bar ever next to the movie cinema? Because that's where Jake was supposed to be at. Liz is like, yeah, you know what? I was going to ask you about that. Then she tells her son, don't lie to me, boy. Do not lie to me. We will deal with this later. But I am glad you told me the truth about what was going on, because you knew you were in a place that you weren't supposed to be, but you manned up and you told me the truth about it anyway. And I'm glad you also called your dad. And yes, you're grounded for the next 20 years. Love you, though. She didn't say that, but that's what would have been happening. Elizabeth tells Jake that she was grateful for Jason's support, and she wants him to feel like he can always call his dad for help. Jake's like, well, I only called him for you, not for me or for him. Boy. And this is, you know what? This is really... And y'all let me know, because Elizabeth did not want Jason to be a part of Jake's life. And that Lucky was supposed to stand up and be a part of Jake's life. And Lucky ain't there. So I wonder if he knows the whole tidbit about how this all came about. You know what I'm saying? But I guess Jakey's still mad at his daddy. We have one more story, guys, and it's the Quartermain story. And I'm going to keep it real. We didn't need this story at all. I don't know if this was the fill in time. I could have went without this story, and I'm pretty sure some of y'all guys could have too. And I'm pretty sure some of you guys was like, yeah, you wanted to hear Lois's retrospection of what's going on in Chase's and Finn's life. Me, no. I did not. I did not even care for this scene whatsoever. But I did write some notes, so we're going to talk about it. Lois is distressed and does not like to see her daughter like this. And Brooklyn tells her mom what's going on between the brothers and Finn's drinking. And she feels so terrible for what Chase is having to deal with. And the fact that Chase has lost his father too. And now he's having to worry about his big bro. Lois and Brooklyn discuss Uncle Vito and Aunt Betsy, the family alcoholics. That's where Brooklyn gets her knowledge of dealing with members of the family that are alcoholics. And Lois discusses with Brooklyn the history of trying to get them help. Sorry, guys. Brooklyn doesn't want that for Finn, but is concerned about Violet. She mentions Violet's mom. I bet she's coming back. Honestly, Hayden's all Brooklyn, all that crap she was talking. You and Chase ain't got a leg to stand on or a tree to bark up. Only person can get Hayden out of that house would be Hayden. And when she said, and Elizabeth's got her boys, girl, hey, Elizabeth is actually blood related also to little mama. So she has just about as much right to that child as anybody else does. So I don't know why she blew Elizabeth out the water. And a little part of me always said, why is Brooklyn always trying to take somebody's baby? Girl, have your own. You know I had to throw that one in there. Brooklyn says her and Chase will do everything in their power to keep Violet safe. And I was like, girl, unfortunately, you and Chase don't have no power. Now I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I don't know how GH would portray this, because they have done some crazy stuff in the court systems where we all know that just don't happen in real life. But you have to have actual proof that Finn is an unfit parent in order to even come to the judge about relinquishing Finn's rights over his daughter. And Finn really ain't done nothing to show that, other than, choosing a floozy from the bar and drinking with her all night and then getting busted in by Elizabeth. That really ain't grounds to terminate, your custodial rights. You have to show proof. So Finn would have to go to work, cause a problem, drive drunk with Violet in the car. He would have to do something so bad to make the judge step in to relinquish Violet. And even then, it would really be between Elizabeth and Chase. Now, yeah, Brooklyn and Chase don't have no kids, but Elizabeth has a home as a mom and has children at home already. So that would be an ugly situation, but still, Brooklyn, there's nothing you can do, honey. You have no power. So she just needs to sit down and be there for her man. So I said, so yes, that's not happening. Lois loves that Brooklyn is so focused on Chase, but wants her to be focused on her own self. And, because she also has grief about losing Gregory. And I'm like, girl, cut it out. That is not her father, okay? She did not grow up with Gregory. She didn't have bedtimes with Gregory. Gregory did not teach her how to ride a bike. Yes, Gregory's, came into her life, and he was around her life for about a year and a half. Chase and Finn, that's their dad. So, yeah, she has grief, but her husband is the one who's grieving. He's the one who lost his father. She's sitting there looking at her mama and her daddy somewhere singing at another soap opera or something. This time, Lois, it kind of irked me. But this scene was so not needed. I think that's why I was just like, I ain't gonna front of my feelings about this one, guys. I'm pretty sure there's somebody gonna disagree. I'm good with that. I don't care. But, express your feelings. I'm not going to be mad about it. Brooklyn does have a feeling that this ain't going to end well. And Lois doesn't want this for her daughter. She's supposed to be blissfully happy in Florence. This is the part that I was like, Brooklyn, like, Mom, Florence ain't going nowhere. Chase is my husband and my life. For death do us part. Thickness and thin. Do all of that. He is my person. We good. I'm glad she told her mama that. Yeah, I don't like it either. And you're right. But Florence ain't going nowhere. I'm a quartermain. We can buy a plane and go to Florence anytime we want to. Right now my boo is hurting and he lost his dad. It ain't even really about everything else. I heard her say that, so this man just lost his dad. Come on, let's be real. Oh, Lois was so not needed today. And I love me some Lois, but she was not needed today. They could have just showed the scene of her comforting Brooklyn, and I would have been happy with that. Okay? Is that it? That is it, guys. That is it. I just feel weird when Brooklyn keeps coming after Violet. It's like, girl, have a kid or have a baby or something. You know what I'm saying? Why aren't they looking up? Where's Hayden at? Ain't nobody. Can we do a police search? Can we find a search? This girl just up and disappeared and nobody's even knowing. But I guess she's in the same place with Taggart and everybody else that's missing in action from being their parent and their kids. Like where's she might be with Rick. Rick gone too. You know what I'm saying? Rick, her, Lucky, all of them might be together. Who knows? But come on, bring these parents back so they can be parents of their kids. Because I know Molly needs her. I don't know if that's a good idea. And they keep saying there's a mystery guy coming back, and they got all these names going around. I know Lucky, the actor that plays Lucky, is doing something else, and I don't see him wanting to come back. So we'll see. I'm just thinking the only person that's really going to be able to do something is Hayden. But y'all let me know what y'all feelings about today's show. Do y'all think Hayden's gonna come back? Do you think Brooklyn is just going too far about whatever she's going through? Do you think Lois was out of pocket? Y'all let me know about today's show in the comment section, guys. I love hearing your feedback. I'm gonna wrap this one up. Thanks for hanging out with me. I missed you guys, so I was definitely doing a video today. Y'all have a great night and even a better morning, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Mwah. Smoochies!